俺に命令するな。
ドレスローザの国民たちおよび客人たち、ゲームを用意した。この俺を殺すゲームだ。この命を取れれば当然そこでゲームセットだが、もう一つだけゲームを終わらせる方法がある。この国に潜む反逆者および国民を裏切った元王族ども全員を君らが仕留めた場合だ。やるかやられるか。お前らが助かる道は誰かを仕留める他にはない。
なんだ今の。ムカつくなビンゴ。
でんでん虫か。誰からだ。
ゾロ、今どこ。
ロビンか。王の大地ってとこらしいが面倒なことになってきたな。
誰と一緒にいるの。
トラオと兵隊だ。兵隊も人間に戻ったぞ。
あれ兵隊どこ行った。ルーシー。リベッカ無事だったか。さっきまで兵隊がここに。
兵隊さん、人間に戻ったんでしょ。
何言ってんだ。
鳥かごはゆっくりと収縮を続けている。どうしようと中にいる人間を皆殺しにするために。そうなる前にドフラミンゴをぶっ飛ばしてこの戦いにケリをつけるぜ。
ねえ、王宮に向かうの。お父様もそこに向かってる気がするの。
なんだありゃ。
手でつく者たちは俺が相手になろう。
石聡明、忌々しい攻撃だ。仕方ない、別々のルートで王宮に攻め込もう。
得意の敵は任せてくんろ。全身全霊でルフィ先輩をお助けするべ。
俺たちはこのまままっすぐだ。王宮の元へは行かせねえ。
邪魔な野郎、これを止めねえと王宮へは行けねえぜ。
俺が相手だ。ソプラノ野郎、そのどでけえ図体切り刻んでやるよ。必ずこの中にいるはずだ。この魚介くぐって顔面を狙うか。
楽にしてやる。
タクト
てめえらどきやがれ。工場ぶっ壊せねえだろうが。今の俺は超スーパー。てめえらごときには止められねえよ。よし、あの糸を食い止めんぞ。
シャンブルズ。
いたぞ。おいお前、その首俺がいただくぜ。
そこまでだ。
ここはドン・キホーテの国だ。自由でなんぼの人間様じゃい。
楽にしてやる。
ドンタゴを押せ。
シャンブルズ。刻んでやる。
奴が開かねえ。大技で奴の体勢を崩す。よし、今だ。奴の顔面を狙え。
先輩のお役に立てるなら死して本望だべ。
タクト。ラジオナイフ。
お前を倒して俺がゲームを終わらせてやるよ。
ルフィに盾つく者は許さん。
ラジオナイフ忍者少女。
じゃあな。
ならばこれで拙者が切り捨ててくれる。
反逆者ども、貴様らがこうしている間も刻一刻と終焉の時が迫っているぞ。
楽にしてやる。
少し追い詰めたくらいで調子に乗るな。お前らはここで必ず始末してやる。この国から出られると思うな。お前らごときが調子に乗るなよ。
助立ち感謝いたす。拙者もあの意図を認めるでござる。
俺はいずれ世界一の大剣豪になる男だ。お前とは格が違う。入ったな。
一気に潰してやる。ロロノアンザラ。
九山百海一世界、千が集まって小戦世界。三条無線で消えぬものなし。三刀流奥義、一大三千大戦世界。本体は必ず一個体。別れることはない。
追い詰めて勝ったつもりか。石さえ切れれば俺に勝てると思っちゃいないか。覇気をまとえば切られやしねえ。
てめえの覇気が俺の覇気を上回ってたらな。九山百海消えぬものなし。三千世界。
刃こぼれすら己の恥と思え。すべての刀剣は黒刀になりうる。
刃こぼれなし。
よし、先へ進むぞ。
私たちの船長に命を懸ける価値がある。ルフィはいつでも勝利の切り札。
俺はあの糸を止めに行く。時間を稼げるかもしれねえ。タクト。
負けるぞ。
タクト。
サインなら後で書こう。
どうしたのキャベツ。様子が変。
刻んでやる。タクト。タクト。
パラ トロビン。
たかだか人間一人の能力だ。止まらねえ方が俺には不条理だ。
セルベ
よえタクトカウンターショック。
リンゴのいる王宮。この戦場にきっとお父様も来てる。
誰か来たな。お前か。
スキャン
ディアマンテ。
レベッカ、お前は俺がこの手で殺してやるよ。
タクトシャンブルズ。
レベッカ、教えてやるぞ。お前の母スカーレットを撃ち殺したのは俺なんだよ。銃の方がいいよな。スカーレットも銃で死んだ。
助けて。
レベッカ。家族を2人も奪われてたまるか。
お父様。
すまなかったレベッカ。未来のないおもちゃだった私には戦いを教えることしかできなかった。母親に似て心の優しい君なのに。だが今日で最後だ。もう戦わなくていい。人間に戻った今、もう二度と娘に剣など振らせやしない。貴様は私が撃つ。
そんなに死にたきゃ一瞬で殺してやる。ワンやつトゥルエロバスタード。
かかってこい。よかったなレベッカ。父ちゃんに会えて。
フラミンゴは任せていいか。
もちろんだ。
一応聞いておこうか。ここに何をしに来た。
お前をぶっ飛ばしにだ。
失望したよ。おい、お前が相手しろ。
麦わらや、そいつは操られてる。止めたかったら意識を失うまでぶっ飛ばせ。
できるわけねえ。友達だ。
スキャンインジェクティブタクトラジオだ。インジェクティブタクト楽にしてやる。タクトシャンブル。セルベ刻んでやる。
たちを切るところだった。あの糸を止めればいいんだろ。待ってろルフィ、お前に危害を加える者は俺が倒す。
あいつを助けたいのはそれを操るやつ、ドフラミンゴを叩き楽にして人形の方か。本体はどこだ。楽にしてやる。
お前その程度の攻撃で俺の首を取れる気でいるのか。
正念場だ。死ぬ気でかかる。
フラミンゴビンゴ出てこ
猛獣が吠えてやがる。いいだろう、終わる。ゲームを終わらせるとしよう。
楽。
シャンブルズメス
モスキート。なぜ止めローの頭を砕き割ろうとしただけだ。
覇王色の衝突。にしてやる。
みんな死ぬ。遅かれ早かれ味も人もお前の仲間たちもお前も全てだ。
ビンゴお前をぶっ飛ばしゃ済む話だろうが。
それができねえって話をしたつもりだった。
ゴムゴムのグリズリーマグナム。
好きだらけだ。通りすがりの海賊がヒーローの真似事か。俺の邪魔をしやがって。
違う、お前が俺の邪魔をしたんだ。俺の友達を泣かせて俺の仲間を怒らせた。お前と鳥かごが俺の邪魔だ。よっフォース。よっフォース。ラウンドマン。
何の冗談だ。ゴムの弾力でまともに立つこともできなくなった。オーバーヒート。アスリートだ。能力をよく使いこなしているようだが、あと何秒もつ。なかや逃げてみろ。オーバーシ
楽にしてやる。
悪魔の実の能力にさ、まだ惑星という上のステージがある。能力は稀に覚醒し、己以外にも影響を与え始める。
建物が糸になった。パラミシアじゃねえみたいだ。お前は手の中に閉じ込めて、こいつも操ろうとするから。これは息が詰まりそうだ。
血を恨み、お前たちは操られるだけのゴミとして生まれたんだ。お前ら人間と俺とは違う。
すぐに終わる。
雲の砂地。
ゴムのキングコング。
16発の聖なる兄弟ホットスレッド。全てを破壊してやる。
ルフィたちはドン・キホーテファミリーとの死闘を制し、ドレスローザはドフラミンゴの支配から解放され、麦わらの一味とサボは海軍の捜索を避けるため町外れにあるキュロスの小屋にかくまわれ、体を休めていた。
起きねえな、ルフィのやつ。
戦いの疲れが溜まっているのよ。そっとしておきましょう。
にしてもエースの他に3人目の兄弟がいたとはな。
まったくだ、初耳だぜ。
だろうな。一番驚いたのはルフィだろう。
そいつはどういうことだ。
俺はずっと死んだことになってたんだ。ガキの頃エースルフィと3人で暴れ回って、将来は海賊だって、俺たちは兄弟の杯を組み交わしたんだ。だけど両親に無理やり連れ戻された俺はたまらず海に出て事故に遭った。革命軍に助けられていなければ死んでいただろうな。その時にそれまでの記憶を失ったんだ。
それで革命軍に。よく記憶が戻ったな。
頂上戦争の後、エースの訃報を見て全部思い出した。エースとルフィが俺の大事な兄弟だったこともな。それでエースのメラメラの実を手に入れるため 革命軍全軍に協力してもらって今に至るというわけだ。じゃあ帰る。ルフィの顔も見たし。
もう？
ああ、ドラゴンさんにもいい土産話ができた。ルフィには手焼くだろうが、よろしく頼むよ。
そう、任しとけ。
エースと似たようなこと言ってやがる。
よし、やるか。
国を救った重傷の海賊、こいつを果たして敵とみなすか、この国では英雄と見逃すか。麦わらたちの命運はお天道様に決め。サイコロ振って1以外が出りゃ、すぐにでも麦わらとローの首を取りに行きやす。
サボ、もう行っちまったのか。もっと話したかったな。
なーに、根性の別れじゃねえ。旅を続けてりゃ。
そういや今日町へ行ったらレベッカの親父がどこぞの王子だっていう噂で持ちきりだったな。
なんだそれ、変な話だ。レベッカの父ちゃんは兵隊のおっさんなのに。
その噂は私が流したんだ。
え？
私のような育ちが劣悪な人間は本来王族と結ばれていい身分ではなかったのさ。
いいわけねえよ。レベッカはそれ知ってんのかよ。
ああ、手紙が渡っているはずだ。レベッカには長い間苦しい思いをさせてしまった。それにレベッカはまだ子供だ。一時の劇場で将来の幸せを逃してほしくない。
大変だべ。海軍のテントが騒がしくなってきた。ぼちぼちここも危ねえべ。ルフィ先輩だぞ、案内します。東の港に船があるからそれで脱出してください。
ロメオ、みんなちょっと用事があるから先に出てくれ。
出目は6。さあ天命だ。海軍全体、麦わらの一味並びにトラファルガーロー、そしてその他罪人たちを一網打尽にせよ。どれ、運はもう尽きたのか。試させてもらいやしょう。
レベッカ！
ルーシー、よかった。私ちゃんとお礼を言いたくて。
うっせえ、そんなことで来たんじゃねえ。お前いいのかよ、兵隊のこと。もう会わねえ気だぞ。
ルーシー、私お手紙もらったの。兵隊さんが一生懸命私を遠ざけようと。どうして？ひどいこと言ったから？私と暮らすの嫌なのか。
知るか、お前が考えろ。俺はこれでいいのか聞きに来ただけだ。
嫌だよ、いいわけないよ。
じゃあ来るか。
うん、行く。ありがとう。
様は麦わらにさらわれた模様。
なんだと。海軍全体に次ぐ。早急に麦わらを捕らえレベッカ王女を救出せよ。
キュロスがいる丘までの道を俺が作る。邪魔なやつを倒したらあとは自分で行け。分かった。
はい。レベッカ様と麦わら、まさか麦わらのやつ。海軍全体、レベッカ様がさらわれた。至急麦わらを捕らえろ。
麦わら、この一大事に君はどこへ。まあいい、こちらは脱出の準備を進めよう。まずは海軍の動きを鈍らせようか。物資を破壊すれば奴らは必ず混乱する。
俺が周囲の敵を引きつけるぜ。その間にしっかり動けよキャベツ。
言われなくても分かっているさ。僕は物資の場所を聞き出すとしよう。
よし、これで邪魔なやつは片付いた。それじゃ行ってこいレベッカ。
ありがとうルーシー。
レベッカ、
嘘つかないでよ。私どっかの王子様の子なんかじゃないよ。何百人人を殺してても、手が真っ黒に汚れてても、私の父親は一人だよ。私はキュロスの子だよ。嘘つかないでよ。ちゃんとそばにいてよ兵隊さ
ん。私が父親でいいのか。
一緒に暮らそうよお父さん。あったかい？
ああ、とても暖かい。
追いかけられたら面倒だな。仕方ねえ、この連中も倒しとくか。
燃料が切れそうだ。これで補給しとくか。
物資はどこに置いてある？素直に吐くのが身のためだ。
教えるよ、教えるからこれ以上攻撃しないでくれ。
海軍、この程度の人数じゃ俺のバリアは止められねえべよ。
なんだと貴様。
もうルフィ先輩に突っかかるんじゃねえべよ。
僕は奴の仲間に命を救われた。恩人の仲間の命、これ以上狙ったりはしない。
よし、これで安心して逃げられるぜ。
賞金首のサイボーグフランキーだ。捕らえろ。我々の補給物資を死守するのだ。
どうしたんだ？
できないとは。
ミサイル風船エレファントガンギガントトール。よっしゃ呼吸完了。風船エレファントガンスーパーレッドホーエレファントガンガソリンガンヒズリーマグナム。風船エレファントガンギガントトールアクション。エレファントガンガソリンガンヒズリーマグナム。風船エレファントガンギガントトールアクション。ロケットロケットロケットロケットロケットよっロケット。
よし、まずは一つ破壊完了だ。
ロケット
頼もしいわ。
ロケットロケットロケットロケットロケットロケットよっいくぞ。さっさとかかってこい。はっエレファントガンガソリンガンヒズリー。
物資の場所を教えるんだ。これ以上切られたくはないだろう。
物資はあそこだ。これでいいんだな。
ジェットスピア。ロケットロケットロケットロケットロケットロケット。はっロケットロケットロケット。
この僕にこんな地道な作業をさせるんだ。罪な奴らだな、麦わらの一味。
おお順調だ。
海賊どもめ、物資はあそこだ。
観客がいないといまいち張り合いがないな。さあ次だ。
バウンドマン。よし俺の指示通りだな。ミノッシュナイダー。
ラインならあと。
ミノッシュナイダー。
物資はあそこだ。場所は教えたんだ。これ以上俺を攻撃するな。
一息だ。全て破壊して海軍を動揺させるぞ。
順当に進んでいるらしい。
強すぎる。物資はあそこにあるぞ。
バウンド
しばらくは大丈夫だろう。海軍の動きも鈍くなっているはずだ。
頃合いだな。行くか。
逃げるとすりゃ東の港か。あっしも急いで向かいやすかね。足がつくまでの間、海賊の皆さんにこれでも自走しやしょうか。
こんなのまともに食らったらひとたまりもねえぜ。やろうども、目標地点まで一目散だ。
俺たちが港へ行けばあの瓦礫を止められるんじゃないか。でもこの辺りの道は塞がれてるぞ。これじゃあ港まで行けねえ。
おいバルトロメオ、僕より目立つな。人気は僕のものだ。
そんなこと言ってる場合じゃねえべよ。まったくわがままなキャベツだべ。
やっと通れるようになったか。次行くぞ。
ありがとな。あとは任せたぜ。君は命の恩人だ、ゴッドウソップ。恩人を助けるのは当然のことだろ。
やっと進めるか。行くぞ。
俺たちの悪運がありゃ大丈夫。さっさと俺からこいちまおうぜ。
八つ咲きにされないように気をつけて進みましょう。
悪い、助かった。
めっそうもねえべよ。ゾロ先輩が無事でよかったべ。おいトラファルガー、お前のためにやってるわけじゃねえぞ。
うるせえな。分かってるよ。
おお、助かるぜ。ありがとよ。
お前僕より目立つんじゃない。その派手な見た目、早く船にしまえ。
助かったわ。ありがとう鶏くん。
なんてありがたいお言葉。こちらこそありがとうだべ、ロビン先輩。うわっ、なんとかお守りできたべ。あとはルフィ先輩だけだども。どこだべか。
万に一つ逃げたとしてその先に未来はねえ。せめてあっしが地獄へ案内いたしやしょう。
僕のおっさん、大将だからって俺は逃げねえ。ガウンドマン。
おい何をしてるんだ麦わらは。
こんな時 に戦わなくても
地獄の
エオレックスバズーカ蹴るぞ殴るぞ
何の真似ですかい。さっきから蹴るぞ殴るぞと。
俺は目の見えねえお前を無言でぶっ飛ばすことなんてできねえ。俺お父さん嫌いじゃねえからな。
その情けが何の役に立つやつか見損ないやしたよ。
エオレックスバズーカもう逃げねえんだ。右手で殴るぞゴムゴムのエレファントだ。
男の戦いには立場ってもんがありやしょう。こっちも我慢して立場貫いてんねぞ。村人猛虎
麦わら。
こりゃ感情に怒りのかけらもねえ。みんながお前さんを助けようとすんだね。あんたは一体どんな人だい。優しい顔してんだろうね。目閉じなきゃよかったな。
ドフラミンゴを倒したルフィたちはバルトロメオたちの協力を得てドレスローザを脱出し、サンジたちと合流するためゾウに向かう。その戦場、ルフィは共に戦った海賊たちから傘下に入れてほしいと懇願される。だが差し出された親子杯を断った。
親分や大海賊じゃなくてもいいだろ。お前らが困ったら俺たちを呼べ。必ず助けに行くから。一緒にミンゴと戦ったことは忘れねえよ。
自由を重んじるルフィの真意を理解したバルトロメオたちは一方的に古文杯を飲み干し、ここに海賊連合麦わら大船団が結成される。
君は今まで通りでいい麦わら。僕たちは勝手に君に忠誠を誓ったんだ。何かあれば勝手に命を懸けて参上する。そんな奴らがいても損はないだろう。
こたびのご恩に報い命全霊をかけてこの古文杯勝手に頂戴いたしますため。
一方サンジたちは一足先にゾウに到着し、すぐに異変に気づく。ゾウはカイドウの部下カンガイのジャックの軍勢により壊滅寸前の状態だった。サンジたちはゾウの住民であるミンク族たちを必死に救い、深く感謝される。数日後ルフィたちも到着し再会を果たすが、そこにサンジの姿はなかった。サンジはビッグマム海賊団の傘下に入った最悪の世代の一人ベッジに連れられ、政略結婚のためビッグマムの縄張りに向かったという。
サンジがビッグマムの娘と結婚？なんだその勝手な話。サンジは俺たちの仲間だ。
憤慨するルフィたち。そこに遅れてきた金右衛門が合流する。金右衛門は今まで話さずにいたワノ国にまつわる多くの事実を伝えた。桃之助は本当はワノ国の大大名光月おでんの息子である。金右衛門は桃之助の父ではなく家臣であること、光月おでんはカイドウの手によって処刑されてしまったこと、その死の間際ワノ国を開国せよと言い残したこと。
拙者
カイドウを倒したい。ルフィ、拙者と一緒に戦ってほしいでござる。
よくわかった。テイクモン、同盟だ。
ここで一味は3時奪還に向かうルフィたちのチームと先行してワノ国を目指すゾロたちのチームの二手に分かれる。ルフィ、ナミ、チョッパー、ブルックはサンジを連れ戻すためゾウから出港し、ビッグマムの治めるトットランドを目指す。しかしそこには意外な人物が乗船していた。
よし、やるか。
Hello everyone! The second half of version 4.5 has started today, featuring Kazuha and Nevalette. But in this video, let's count how many Primo Gems you can accumulate before the first half of version 4.6 ends. First half will feature Arlecchino and Liney. So, let's take a look at how many pulls you can get before their banners end. There are 42 days before the first half of 4.6 ends, resulting in a total of 2,520 Primo Gems from daily commissions. 2 weeks before the release of version 4.6, we will see a special program live stream, likely happening on April 12th. During this live stream, we will finally see Arlecchino gameplay and receive 3 codes, in total granting you 300 Primo Gems. They will expire in 16 hours, but don't worry, I will post them on my channel just like last time, so you won't miss it. Additionally, Paimon's Bargains has been reset just yesterday, allowing you to acquire 5 pulls or 800 Primo Gems. Also, we will have another shop reset in the first half of version 4.6, granting another 5 pulls or 800 Primo Gems. In total, you will obtain 10 pulls or 1,600 Primo Gems from the shop alone. Moving on to the events, there are 2 sub-events left in version 4.5, Rolling Crossfire and the Great Phase Reaction Debate. Each event will reward us with 420 Primo Gems, totaling 840. For the first half of the next version, we will have 1 main event and 1 sub-event. The main event will grant us 1,000 Primo Gems, while the sub-event will offer 420, totaling 1,420 Primo Gems. Oh, and there's a free Goro in version 4.6, obtainable by completing the main event. This event will be related to Inazuma, and the main character featured will again be Ito. As version 4.6 begins, all players will receive 600 Primo Gems for server maintenance. Simply log into the game, check your mail, and claim your 600 Primos. Now, let's discuss the Spiral Abyss. Abyss reset occurs twice a month, on the 1st and 16th. Therefore, we will have 3 Abyss resets until the second half of version 4.6. Clearing floor 9 to 12 each time will reward you with a total of 1,800 Primo Gems. Additionally, you will receive 20 Primo Gems for each test run of the banner character, amounting to 80 in total. In version 4.6, we will get the last Fontaine map expansion, allowing you to max out the Fountain of Lucine and the Statue of the Seven. You can acquire around 2,000 Primo Gems from exploration. In conclusion, you can get around 11,160 Primo Gems or 69 pulls as a F2P player. This is almost enough to hit a soft pity, and if you've already stacked some, you can definitely get her. Many of you probably have Welkin, so you can expect an additional 20 pulls, bringing the total number of pulls to 89. This is enough to hit a hard pity, so maybe you should consider getting one. That sums up all the rewards until Arlecchino's banner ends. I hope all of us will be able to get her. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates.
Welcome to AFK Journey, the best RPG for all players. If you're an adventurer, you can't miss it. You can explore caves, unlock mechanisms, and discover treasures in
やらかしちまったな。
The power dynamics of the One Piece world have just completely been flipped on its head. With the official release of chapter 1053, we finally know how the government has assessed the events that happened during the raid on Onigashima on Wano. Big News Morgan and the Gorosei have sat down, cranked the numbers, and updated a whole number of bounties for everyone involved in that battle. The three captains, Luffy, Law, and Kid, all have received a massive increase to their wanted posters, each of them now sitting at a staggering 3 billion berry bounty, which at first might seem a bit low given that both Big Mom and Kaido had bounties well over 4 billion, but remember that Blackbeard's bounty is only 2.2. So in other words, all three of them just overtook the possibly most dangerous pirate on the planet. Also, it of course follows the really nice pattern of 3 that Luffy has followed throughout the story. 30, 300, and now 3 billion berries. Even if you expected just a bit more, I just want you to appreciate that Luffy and co now have the 4th highest known bounty in the entire story, given that Kaido and Big Mom presumably don't have a bounty anymore, because they did fall into a volcano and apparently, well, that's just that. So now we have 3 members of the worst generation that was looked upon as just a group of rookies only 2 years earlier, throning at the peak of the One Piece world. And yet somehow, even more shockingly, the Gorosei have also identified the 2 official replacements for both Kaido and Big Mom for the title of the 4 most powerful pirates in all of One Piece, the Yonko. The last remaining member of the original 4 now is Shanks, who with his 4 billion berry bounty is now officially the most wanted pirate in the world, probably only topped by the head of the Revolutionary Army, Monkey D. Dragon. It's not really like we need any more intrigue for Shanks, I think. He's already the one character in the story every single fan, including me, is just dying to learn more about finally. But it definitely helps to push the mystery, I guess. And funnily enough, all 4 current Yonko either are Shanks or have a personal connection to Shanks for some reason. The next in line is Blackbeard, who has been an emperor since the Marineford War and who tirelessly keeps increasing his power and influence in the New World. Blackbeard, without any doubt, has been built up as one of the major final antagonists, if not the major final antagonist, that Luffy will have to face to actually reach his goal and become Pirate King. We have seen surprisingly little of his actual abilities, but just the little we know about him and his crew is already enough to let us know what an incredibly powerful enemy he will be for Luffy and the other Straw Hats. Blackbeard did rise into the ranks of the Yonko after taking out Whitebeard at Marineford and literally taking his place, which is absolutely ironic and kind of hilarious, I think, because that was literally Buggy's idea when he was escaping Impel Down together with Luffy and the other level 6 prisoners, as you can see in this panel here. He literally talks about becoming an emperor and then Pirate King here. Like, what? And so, for some reason, what seemed like a gag moment for his character has now, for whatever reason, actually turned out to be true. Still trying to get over this, and honestly, it will probably take a while to get used to Buggy the Clown being an emperor of the seas. Holy moly. However, in retrospect, when we look at the great scheme of things, it does truly feel like Eiichiro Oda, the author of One Piece, was working towards this for a while now. Ever since Impel Down, Buggy has been constantly getting more and more influence and recognition by pure accident, really. recruiting some of the most powerful and notorious pirates to his cause, and even rising into the ranks of the warlords. Now, of course, you could joke that Buggy might have been doing all of this on purpose all along, and it wasn't luck at all. And honestly, at this point, I guess this is a real possibility given the circumstances. We don't really know how he got into the position or how high his bounty is now, but there are a ton of interesting possibilities I have floating around my head, and I will definitely dedicate an entire video to Emperor Buggy in the coming weeks. So make sure to subscribe if you want to see that. You'll also help me increase my own bounty by 100 berries by subscribing, which is super important because we might not know Buggy's bounty yet, but we know that this slime ball here, Treble, has 99 million berries, and I'm only at 60 million, so let's go and beat Treble together. The fourth Emperor, on the other hand, has a bounty so high now that I will never be able to catch up in my wildest dreams. Luffy had unofficially been named the 5th Emperor of the Sea by Big News Morgan after escaping Whole Cake Island and defeating Katakuri. And now, after not only having beaten Kaido, the world's strongest creature by the way, but also having awakened a mythical zone devil fruit the world government has been fearing for 800 years, it's really no big surprise that he's officially been named Yonko and thus has reached the last step before becoming King of the Pirates. On top of all this, we have just witnessed Greenbow's terrifying abilities, who is said to be on the same level as Fujitora. The Marines clearly have made up for the loss of Aokiji and Sengoku recently. And of course, we still haven't seen the result of the SSG, the Special Science Group, in case you forgot, led by Dr. Vegapunk, that the Marines seem fairly confident that it's able to replace the former Warlord system. So it must be truly terrifying indeed. And so as a result, in the span of just a few weeks in the story, the entire world order has been fundamentally changed. I mean, it really used to be relatively stable, a balance between the 4 emperors, all careful not to mess with each other, the 7 warlords, who were strong pirates aligned with the government, as well as the Marines and its admirals. However, over the course of Wano, the warlord system has been abolished, 2 of the Yonko have fallen and been replaced, and the Revolutionary Army has successfully infiltrated the Holy Land of Malaysia during the Reverie. We have learned about a secret true ruler of the world, Imu, who controls the entire world government. We have seen Shanks talk to the Gorosei and have witnessed Luffy's immensely powerful awakening and the return of Joy Boy and the Drums of Liberation. Now, as we know, Luffy's dream is to create a world where all his friends can eat and drink as much as they want. And not only do I share that sentiment, but so does Boxu, the sponsor of today's video. I get one of these evolutionary impossibly everything you can try that for your code Ohara. One Piece world now and the One Piece world at the beginning of the story are fundamentally different indeed. Gone is the stability of Whitebeard's era. The government is building military force like never before, the revolutionaries have begun to openly attack the Celestial Dragons, Blackbeard has broken all the rules of Devil Fruit use and power balance, and Luffy, who used to be an upcoming small fry in a giant world filled with powerful people, is now one of the handful of selected people in the world powerful enough to shape the future of the entire planet and all of its inhabitants. Dude, no wonder that One Piece is about to move into its final saga if I look at it from this perspective. Oh, and now there's of course also Buggy, the biggest wildcard of them all that now it seems will be playing a much more central role during the ending of One Piece than we all originally expected him to. I think while it's really easy to focus on Luffy's growth, and don't get me wrong, saying it was rapid would be the understatement of the century, we should still not forget that all other players in the endgame here have been getting stronger and more influential as well. Blackbeard just keeps collecting more and more powerful devil fruits and crew members. Shanks is doing his super secret Mission Impossible hidden plan behind the scenes, and the government and the Marines seem even more well equipped and all powerful than ever before, really. Chapter 1053 also hinted at the reveal of Pluton, that apparently is located in Wano, something Robin has known all along but somehow decided not to share with the rest of us. Thanks for nothing, Robin. Well, whether Pluton will turn out to be an actual weapon, ship, or whatever, or simply Momonosuke, the heir of the Kozuki clan, similar to how, Shirahoshi is Poseidon, once the ancient weapons unleash their true powers, they will just add to the already overboiling pot of fast approaching conflict brewing all over the new world right now. In a really ironic way, the new world order in One Piece doesn't really deserve its name when you think about it, because all individuals involved, Blackbeard, Buggy, Luffy, Kid Law, and even some people like Green Bull, they're all people who seem to bring about the exact opposite of order. This entire new system is more a world of chaos that is ready to be fundamentally changed so that pirates and marines and Yonkos will not even be a real thing anymore. Honestly, I think we've already entered the phase now where Luffy will be able to change the world, bring the dawn, and create a place where everyone is free to be who they are and do what they want to do and just, live a happy and safe life. After all, we now know that this is Luffy's actual dream, becoming Pirate King so he can create this free world for his friends. We do not know, however, what everyone else wants. Imo and the Gorosei, I guess, want to just stay in power, and Buggy presumably still just wants to find a massive pile of gold, but we don't know, for example, what Blackbeard really wants, or Shanks, or Kid, or many of the admirals. Heck, we don't even know what Dragon's ultimate goal is with the entire Revolutionary Army. So all of this really seems to be a massive setup for some of the best fights and meetings we have seen in all of One Piece so far. The one I personally look forward to the most is actually that between Luffy and Blackbeard for obvious reasons. But there are a number of other meetings that are basically guaranteed to happen as well. Oda-sensei has actually come up with an ingenious technique to foreshadow big battles and unresolved conflicts in the story in the most unusual way ever, by giving characters their iconic scars. So if you want to find out what Luffy and Co. scars predict for the future of One Piece, you should really watch this video right here.
Mi Maggi masak lemak ayam senang dimasak, lazat dimakan.
The four Emperors of the Sea are the most powerful characters in all of One Piece. But on top of being the absolute strongest beings in the world, they also play a very important political role in balancing out the powers of the world. So I want to break down the complex Emperor system by discussing its history, its purpose, who each Emperor is and was, and how they all became so mind-blowingly powerful in the first place. Starting with the fact that just one of these ridiculously strong characters is enough to make the world government cry like a little baby. In fact, when just one of the emperors attacked Marineford headquarters, they had to call in every single one of their strongest fighters to even have a chance to survive. And so you might be asking yourself, well, Manu, if these emperors are so powerful, then why haven't they already taken out the world government? Which is an excellent question that I promise we will be answering if you make it to the end of this video. But first, let's start with the basics here, because in the One Piece world, the pirate captains with the most influence and power are typically the ones called Emperors of the Sea. And so at the start of the story itself, there were originally 4 emperors who we will be talking about in more detail in just a second. However, honestly, the Emperor system itself isn't really an official organization where the pirates get together and kind of figure out who is the strongest fighter there. Instead, it is more based on who the world government and its people view as the strongest and most important pirates. Which of course isn't a perfect system and can lead to some very hilarious mistakes. Now, we do have to keep in mind though that even though most of the emperors are actually ridiculously powerful on their own, it usually isn't enough to just be ridiculously powerful as a fighter. Because what really puts a character at emperor tier level is the fact that they have a ton of super strong allies and usually rule over important territories in the most dangerous part of the world, which is the New World in the Grand Line. And yeah, we'll talk about the structure of each of the Emperor's crews later on as well, but before that, it's really super important to understand the Emperor's real purpose in the story. Because what you might not know is that a although most of the emperors claim to be going after the One Piece treasure, their actual main purpose in the story at least is basically to be an obstacle to stop any other of the younger pirates trying to find the One Piece. And they're able to do this because in order to find the legendary final island Laugh Tale, which has the One Piece, you do need the 4 of these unbreakable red stones which tell you the way to get to that island. And so at the start of the story, 2 of these red stones were held by the Emperors Kaido and Big Mom, which means that they are somewhat close to finding the One Piece, although they don't seem to have made any progress for like decades. And that might actually be because they rarely come into conflict with each other, because if 2 emperors were to actually go all out and fight, it would leave both of them extremely weak and vulnerable to attack from, let's say, a 3rd emperor or even the Marines. So yeah, if you are a young pirate trying to get the One Piece, good luck trying to take out any of these monstrous fighters, but this is exactly why there is basically a stalemate in the New World for most of the story, where no one is truly making progress towards the One Piece itself. I mean, for one, the Marines can't take out any of the emperors without seriously weakening their position, young pirates join or get taken out by the emperors, and the Yonkos themselves don't really want to fight each other as well. Which, if you put it like that, does sound kind of boring, but you might be surprised to learn that that is exactly how the world government actually wants things to be. And that's because this way, no one makes it any closer to actually finding the One Piece or learns anything about the world government's darkest secrets. Oh, and I actually just lied when I said that no one is making progress towards the One Piece, because if you've been following the story at all, then you will know that the main character Luffy is of course getting very close to finding this legendary treasure. And at this point, at the end of the Wano arc, Luffy is officially considered an Emperor of the Sea as well, for real this time, which actually gave us a really interesting glimpse at how a character actually becomes an emperor, because taking down the Emperor Kaido made it so the entire world simply had no other choice but recognize him as one of the strongest and most influential pirates around. However, despite what you might think right now, actually just defeating an emperor doesn't automatically mean that you become the next one, because for example, when Blackbeard dealt the final blow to the Emperor Whitebeard, he wasn't automatically given emperor status. Instead, Blackbeard actually had to do the work and wipe out the rest of Whitebeard's crew during the time skip in order to finally be recognized as an emperor by the rest of the world. So again, it's a combination of super impressive feats against the other emperors, as well as global acknowledgement of a pirate being truly influential. But this system isn't perfect, because as we saw when Luffy escaped from Whole Cake Island, he was called an emperor even though the other emperors could tell that he wasn't quite strong enough yet. And what happened at the end of Wano was maybe even more hilarious, because the newspaper and world government started calling Buggy the Clown a new emperor as well, because of the simple fact that they think he is the leader of a group of marine hunting pirates. However, in reality, he's just the figurehead, and the real power lies with these 2 right here. So, like I said, not a perfect system at all. But what may completely shock you is that the emperor system in itself has probably not even existed for very long at all. I mean, to be fair, we don't know for sure, but so far it seems like when people talk about the strongest pirates from an era, it was usually 1 or 2 pirates who were super strong and were capable of taking over the world. Specifically here, I'm talking about 40 years ago with the pirate Roxy Zebek, who was said to be so strong he could almost conquer the entire world. And after him, it was the pirate Goldie Rogers era, which makes me think that the emperors only really became a real thing once Roger started the Great Pirate Era after the execution 23 years ago. Though to be fair, we don't really know, so it's possible that before becoming Pirate King, Roger was also considered an emperor alongside people like Whitebeard, Kaido, and Big Mom, who were all already active at the time. And before we talk more specifically about each of these legendary pirates, it is super important to discuss the actual structure of the Emperor's crews, because as I said, these crews are truly massive compared to regular pirate crews in One Piece, and most emperors have multiple islands under their control as well. And so in in general, each emperor will have a group of insanely powerful top commanders right below them, though this varies kind of depending on each emperor. For example, Kaido has 3 all-star commanders, while Shanks has a quite large group of 9 senior officers, and these commander level crewmates are usually incredibly powerful on their own, with each one easily capable of wiping out entire pirate crews on their own. And now, besides their main crew, each emperor typically also has allied themselves with captains that will come to fight at their command. This was of course perfectly shown during the Marineford War, when Whitebeard's 43 allied captains all came to fight for him. But even one of the newer emperors like Blackbeard still has allied pirates working under him, like we saw with this guy right here. And then of course Luffy himself also has his Straw Hat Grand Fleet, who are pirate captains who did pledge to come to fight for him when he needs help. And on top of all the strong subordinates, the emperors usually control 1 or more islands who are under their protection as well. For example, Big Mom has a whole territory of 35 islands, which made up her dream paradise called Totlands. Then of course we have Kaido, who of course has taken over Wano country, but we also have seen that he has control of some other random islands as well. And since these territories are under the protection of an emperor, anyone who attacks them risks becoming a target of that Yonko's crew. For example, we saw this during the Fishman Island arc, which at the time was under Big Mom's control, and Luffy's action there made Big Mom instantly label him an enemy. On the other hand, we have characters like this guy here who ransacked one of Shanks' territories, and we later on saw Shanks and his crew talking about getting revenge on that crew. Which, at this point, you should probably know that things are probably gonna end very badly for this ragtag bunch of Luffy supporters, but you can actually avoid that same tragic fate and get on all of the Emperor's good sides by just clicking the nice red subscribe button below this video to get more One Piece content just like this. And now, we cannot talk anymore about the Emperors without discussing the single biggest clash of Emperor level characters in the entire story. And of course, I'm talking about the giant conflict on the mysterious island of God Valley, which happened over 40 years ago. And honestly, if I had to guess, this is very likely the birthplace of the modern Emperor system itself. Because without getting into too many details here, we had the legendary Roxy Zebek, who was the strongest pirate of his era, clashing with the future Pirate King Goldie Roger. And while we don't know if Roger and Rox were ever officially called Emperors of the Sea, I simply had to bring this up because once Rox was defeated, his crew ended up being separated to form their own pirate crews, and wow, this completely changed the entire world because this group had 3 future emperors, including Big Mom, Kaido, and Whitebeard. Like, seriously, what an insane pirate crew. And so this is of course the origin of the future world's strongest man, because after this, Whitebeard later went on to become Roger's greatest rival. But honestly, Whitebeard was the best kind of pirate. Like, sure, he stole some treasure and smacked down smaller pirate crews like Ace's Spade Pirates, but his true dream was just to have a family of his own. Which of course is exactly what ended up happening, because his entire massive crew were basically like his sons and daughters. Which does mean that he would have done anything for any of them, including enter an all-out war with the Marines, just like we saw during the war at Marineford. Which to this day is still the most insane war arc I have ever seen, and it was so epic in large part because Whitebeard is so stupidly powerful with his Tremor Devil Fruit, which can literally destroy entire islands. But Whitebeard of course wasn't alone here, because he also had his supersized crew led by the 16 division commanders plus 43 allied pirate captains. So clearly he was a beloved captain who was well respected by his crew, allies, and even older Marines like Luffy's grandfather Garp and even the former fleet Admiral Sengoku. And I think at this point it's also incredibly important to understand that each of the emperors so far also have helped us understand Luffy's growing strength on his way to become Pirate King as well. For example, when Luffy meets Whitebeard, he was was nowhere near strong enough to take out the elderly emperor, but he was able to earn Whitebeard's respect, which played a huge role later on when the emperor's crew helped out Luffy. Which makes it just completely mind-blowing that we can have well-respected emperors like Whitebeard, but then we have straight-up evil emperors like Kaido. And as we've seen all throughout the Wano arc, this man is power-hungry and battle-crazy. In fact, for the longest time, we're being told that his dream is to die a spectacular death, just like his former Captain Rocks or even Whitebeard's. But this man takes this wish way too far because he would literally destroy the entire world just to find a strong fighter to satisfy his insane wish. And the worst part is that he probably could actually do it because he is just that stupidly strong. I mean, even in his base form, he was powerful enough to join Rox's crew as a teenager, and then on top of that, he got his legendary Devil Fruit, which gave him the powers of a literal dragon. But if that's not enough, he also has some of the strongest haki that we have seen in the entire story. Like, seriously, sometimes I still wonder how Luffy was able to beat this guy in the first place, and in fact, it was by beating Kaido that Luffy truly became one of the emperors in the first place, which we'll talk about more in just a moment. But of course, Kaido doesn't fight alone as well, because his crew is made up of thousands of random pirates and exclusively Animal Zone Devil Fruit users, which includes some awesome dinosaur fruits and also the super weird small fruit users, which, if you're lucky, give you some random animal part on your body. However, Kaido's crew is not the loving family that Whitebeard's was, because Kaido actively encourages his strongest subordinates to fight each other in order to take one of the top 3 all-star commander ranks of the crew. And what's even crazier though is that Kaido almost got his wish of destroying the world when he teamed up with Big Mom during the Wano arc. Now, before this alliance, these two actually hated each other for years, but there's no denying that Big Mom, whose real name is Charlotte Lin, is a monstrous fighter just like Kaido, if not more so. She also was part of the infamous Rocks crew from a young age, but what's even more impressive, I think, is that she took out an entire village of giants at just 5 years old. I mean, come on, that's just ridiculous. And ever since then, she's had the godlike powers of the Soul Devil Fruit as well, which let her take the lifespan of people around her and turn objects into living things. Plus, as we saw during the Whole Cake Island arc, she also has all 3 forms of haki, which meant that when Luffy snuck in to steal her road poneglyph and get his cook back, he could not seriously fight with her because he was just not strong enough yet. Which did mean that Luffy instead had to fight her strongest son Katakuri in order for the rest of the Straw Hats to escape the island. And that's honestly one of the most interesting things about Big Mom's crew, because it is literally made up of exclusively her sons and daughters. To be precise, 85 children and 43 husbands. Like, sheesh, Big Mom indeed, I guess. She's basically having kids every year, but does that mean that she's constantly pregnant? Actually, I don't really want to know the answer to that. However, I think it kind of makes sense, because ever since Big Mom was abandoned as a child, her true goal was to create a paradise where all of the races of the world could live together peacefully. Which, I mean, she kind of did with Totland, except that she was stealing everyone's souls and anyone who pissed her off would be killed, and also she went on these random rages. So yeah, not exactly paradise, but more like a twisted version of the free world that Luffy wants to bring as well. However, so far, all 3 of the emperors we've discussed have been either killed or defeated, I guess, which means that they have all lost their status as empress. Which as a result now brings us to the first of the current emperors who we're going to discuss, who has actually made his own pirate paradise by becoming the ruler of Pirate Islands. And this is of course Blackbeard, who became an emperor during the time skip by defeating the remainder of Whitebeard's crew. And out of any pirate in the entire story, he has caused the single most chaos in the entire world by killing Whitebeard, breaking some of the most dangerous pirates out of the prison to form his ridiculously strong pirate crew, and stealing ridiculously powerful devil fruits along the way to give to himself and the rest of his crew. In fact, he is the only person that we know of so far to have eaten 2 devil fruits, including his darkness fruit and Whitebeard's old tremor fruit. Like, seriously, this guy is insane. And on top of all of this, his dream is to become king of the world, which means that he is Luffy's main rival probably to become Pirate King, and those two will undoubtedly be clashing at some point in the story soon. And speaking of Luffy, his path to becoming a Yonko was honestly maybe the most difficult out of anyone. I mean, he had to defeat Kaido plus go through Big Mom during the Wano arc, and he did all of this with the help of his friends, which is the true essence of Luffy's dream, I guess. Yes, we do all know that he really wants to become Pirate King, but that is only because he wants freedom for himself and the people he cares for. And so he has achieved all of this with the help of his godlike devil fruit and by learning all 3 types of advanced haki. So truly, he is worthy now of being called an emperor. Plus, of course, he has his crew, which have become incredibly strong in their own rights, and of course, the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, who will come fight for him whenever he needs them. And now, while you might think that this next emperor here is a joke, I am here to tell you that Emperor Buggy should be taken very seriously as a threat to become Pirate King. That's because he recently became an emperor as the leader of the Cross-Guild group, which hunts down Marines for bounties. But even though he doesn't seem to be individually all that strong, he does seem to have an incredible amount of influence in the pirate world that we should take quite seriously. That's because for whatever reason, he's always able to inspire pirates to do what he wants, which includes tricking much stronger pirates to fight for him as well. And at this point, he has the world's strongest swordsman and another one of the former warlords of the sea on his side as well, so the Emperor Team Buggy at least is no laughing matter at all. Honestly though, I've really no clue yet if he will be Luffy's ally or enemy by the end of the story, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if he would actually end up being considered the king of pirates at the end of the story as well. Which of course now leaves us with Red Hair Shanks, who in my opinion is the single strongest current emperor. And despite being Luffy's hero from the start of the story, he could actually end up being a serious rival to becoming Pirate King. Now, we do actually know for a fact that Shanks only became an emperor 6 years ago, but it is only now that Luffy has defeated Kaido that he's truly starting to pursue the One Piece treasure seriously himself. Which, who knows, might have been his dream or goal all along, and if this is the case, then he's going to be a major threat, because we've actually been told by none other than the Marines that Shanks has the most well-balanced core crew out of any of the Yonko, with high average bounties and absolutely no apparent weak spots. So yeah, good luck, I guess, taking out the Red Hair Pirates, but what's even crazier is that it is very likely that Shanks' crew will fight in some way or form against the Straw Hats, since they do have this very similar role setup on the crew, such as a first mate, a sniper, navigator, musician, and so on and so forth. Which means that Shanks and his crew are just one of the possible endgame opponents for Luffy as an emperor, but perhaps the more likely option is not a pirate at all, but instead the entire Marine and world government forces, because there is no way that the powerhouse fighters like the Marine admirals will just let Luffy find the One Piece and change the world without at least putting up a serious fight. And if you've ever been confused by the entire world government Marine system and want to know exactly how many Marine ranks there are and how everything works and fits together, then you can watch my breakdown of the entire Marine system right here. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
あと、最後にヘアアレンジもお願いします。 す。